The devil's advocates whisper in the hall, where justice wears a mask and truth begins to fall. Every thread they pull, every lie they weave, in the courtroom's dance, who's left to believe? Oh, the devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end. The devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end in sight. A photograph fades where the truth once stood. Blurred lines between the bad and the good. The scales they tilt with every silver tongue, while the broken cry for a song unsung. Black robes sway like shadows on the wall. One wrong word and the mighty fall. Who's a sinner? Who's a saint? The jury's out, but the verdict's faint. Oh, the devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end. The devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end in sight.
All right, everybody, it is another edition of Thank You Crimes After Dark with our special guests. We got Dago, True Crime Cafe. We got Bronx Tales, Logan on the backstage. We've got Robin. We've got 1-1. We're not going to have JJ from State of the Deep tonight. I think he's out tonight. Oh, shit, man. We had a hell of a start of this show. Dago is not feeling well. Logan asked something extremely too fucking personal apparently she feels extremely comfortable on our show because what she asked Dago backstage is unreal. In fact, I'm going to just let them come up because I want you to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. That was the most comfortable I've ever seen anybody get with a show that quickly. Good job for Logan. But anyways, let's bring our panelists on stage in the order that they are backstage, which actually is Logan first. So, hey, how you doing tonight?
Hi, how are you?
I hope you're ready to own up to what you said.
Logan, who? Is she here today?
Yeah, oh my God. I thought, good for you. You really do feel at home with this group. Good for you.
Yeah, I do.
We'll talk about that in a moment. How was your day been? Did anything special highlights or anything today?
No, I worked till 5, started stream at about 5:45 and just been going at it today. No coyotes, no testicles, nothing today.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. It's good for you. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to know what you do for a living, but it drives me nuts that people actually have jobs because I don't know how you guys do it. Like this is what I do for a living now, and I don't know how people have other jobs and then come and do. You know what? I was spent all day at a real job, and then I came in here and it just banged out a bunch of legal documents and shit. And like, how do you have time to do all of that? Like, I don't even understand.
I wouldn't be able to. I work from home. So
okay. All right.
That's what makes it possible. If I had to go into an office like I used to, then probably wouldn't be as, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, fair enough. All right. Let's bring Dago on, who is not feeling very well. And his cold has moved into horrible areas of his body. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let me get the rest of the panel up before we talk about that. And I don't mean to get personal, but man, when your cold goes to other places, it's bad.
Forget about it. It's a fugazi.
How are you today, other than having a bad cold?
I have the worst cold I've ever had in my life.
No shit. No
According to
shit.
Logan, yeah, according to Logan, yes. I've never had a cold here like this before.
Yeah.
Nick
Well,
knew.
I feel for you. I don't even know what that would be like.
I heard it spreads fast, long
It
and
does.
far and wide. And...
Well, I'm not so sure how long. I mean, he did say. Anyways,
I guess it depends on how old you get, how long it is.
right. And this is going to hell in a handbag.
I don't know what the fuck's going on now. I'm just saying.
You need to get control of this as a co-producer of the show. You need to get control of this panel. It's out of control. How are you?
Oh,
you're
muted
muted
again. Chick.
Oh, no,
you
you're
think
good.
that's what I'm here for.
Oh my gosh. This is a hell of a group. I'll tell you that. Everybody's warm and fuzzy, and it's good to see you. Did you have anything special in your life today? I know you've been running errands all day, right?
Oh my! Well, we had appointments and here, tither, and yon, and whatever. So we're finally back home. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, the system muted you again, so I had to pull you back up. I have no idea what's going on. I know.
Anyway, I was running all over creation today, but now I'm here, and Logan and I work from home too, so I understand. I don't think I could go back out into the world to work.
Yeah.
No, I don't like people
I would
anymore.
probably wind up in jail because there's just too many.
As a true story, and my old boss won't like to hear this. I will bring one up here in just a second, but as a true story, just before I started this channel, I was thinking about whether or not I could retire. I was kind of on the bubble. We had a bunch of bills paid off, and I'm trying to do the math. And I'm like, I'm tired of taking orders from people. And I had a boss who, to be fair, my boss was super cool, but like we had a performance review, and I didn't get a great performance review. And my whole life, I've had great performance reviews. And for the first time, I realized, you know what? Guess what I'm done with? I'm done trying to impress somebody else for them to make me feel better about myself. Like I really don't give a shit. And that's when I realized maybe it's time to retire. Well, anyways, towards the end of that exit, I started YouTube, or not TikTok. I started TikTok, and I would go on breaks a lot. And when I'd have a thought, and I would do a quick TikTok video while walking around the building. So my boss kind of said, "Hey, look, this next year going forward, you got to stop taking so many breaks. You're constantly outside." And I'm like, you know what? I think I'd rather do that than this. I'm like that guy from Office Space. I just don't think I want to start going to work anymore. It's like, I don't think I enjoy it. So yeah, I transitioned. However, one doesn't have that luxury. He can't just, what the hell's going on? Did you just fall asleep there? What the hell?
He was waiting for you for the story to be done.
That long-winded son of a bitch. Now he's muted. You're muted.
I'm here. I finished my outer body experience.
Oh, okay.
I'm now back on Earth.
The vampire is back on Earth.
Welcome, everyone. Hello. Good evening. Logan,
it's
Diego, Robin, Lee, Dennison's, Meatballs, everyone.
So
Diego, we can talk off stream. You have some special sauce for those meatballs.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm trying to decide how to tell this story because
there's only one way to tell it, Lee. Only one.
Who's telling it? Who's telling it? Are we you going to tell it?
I'll tell it. If you want me to tell it, I'll tell it.
Yeah, please do. Please
tell us. No qualms with it, obviously. Okay.
Yeah. Tell us how that.
So I came on. We talked backstage for a period of time before we jump up here, so that we can get everything together. And I came in, and Logan was here already, and doing her thing, getting set up. I was doing mine, this and that, and me and Lee had talked a little bit about me being sick, and I said hey to her. She said, "Hi, you're not feeling well." And I said, "No, I'm getting better. I was worse." And she said, she said, "Oh yeah, I know what." Let me rephrase. What she actually said was, "It's not in your chest at all, is it? Because I'm sick, okay? I'm sick. My sinuses, my ears, everything's clogged." What I heard was, "It's not in your testicles, is it?" And I stopped and went, "What the fuck did you just ask me?" Just like that. Okay? And she was like, "What?" And I said, no, I didn't think that's what she said to me. But that's what I
can't
really
do
heard.
And it's hilarious. It's hilarious because I know you're respectful to women, and yet you spun on her like you were going to kick someone's ass. Like, what'd you just say?
Because I never ever of anybody in here would expect that from her. You, one, maybe even Robin, but not her. And I was like, holy shit.
What could you have possibly heard that you're all pissed off? What'd you just say? As it moved into
And it wasn't even that I was mad. It was like, what the fuck did you just say? In my mind, I'm thinking, what? But yeah, I was like, wow. So our relationship just went to a new level. We're talking, yeah. So I've had the worst cold ever known to man, folks, because it dropped low. I'll put it that way.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, that Logan felt comfortable enough to ask you if your cold's in your testicles. I thought this was a really good sign that she feels at home with this team. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But, so, well, welcome everybody. It's a great night again.
Yeah.
And Crimes After Dark. And even though, some of us are sick, some of us have testicle problems. Other than that, we are doing really, really well. It's always a win if you blow stuff out your nose.
I just sprayed everything.
For the win.
I sprayed it all. It's all over there now. Okay.
All right. We should probably talk some true crime tonight, I'm thinking. Do you guys have any? So I can tell you some things that are on my mind, and it's mostly because my team kind of got me going there. I had Amanda on our side asked me to use my Pacer account to get the WSU documents, the recent document dumps from the WSU lawsuit, the Gonzalez family and et al. Suing Washington State University. And as I understand it, reading again some of the documents as I pulled them down, and maybe everybody knows this, but I just want to make sure that we like to educate people on how it started. I believe the Chapins, who live up near Skagit Valley, are the ones that actually filed the lawsuit in Washington State against WSU, because WSU is a Washington State entity. And so all the families needed to have somebody from Washington State actually start that lawsuit against Washington State. And so it was filed, I believe, by the Chapin family up in Washington District Court on the west side of the state where they were at. And so the newest paperwork is basically asking to change the venue to be in Eastern District Court on the east side of the state, because everyone involved in the case is over in the Pullman area. And therefore, it doesn't make sense for everybody to have to travel to the west side of the state during the trial and discovery phase and all stuff like that. So they've asked to move it. So just for people to understand why that's happening and why there's all this legal move to move the venue, that's what I believe is the story behind how that happened, which is this I think the Chapin started the thing in the Western District of Washington, and now a judge has approved, it looked like, moving the venue to the Eastern District Court so that it can be fought a little closer and everybody doesn't have to travel as far, because most everybody that would be deposed or whatnot will be over here instead of over there. You guys have any disagreement on how that played out, or any extra stuff you want to talk about the WSU lawsuit?
No, that's exactly what I think I mentioned it when I realized that they lived in Skagit County too. So yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of talk, by the way. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I wondered how you were gonna segue from what we were talking to into what we're in now. I just was curious how that was gonna roll, but you did a good job, bud. You did.
Oh yeah, no, appreciate. You know what's funny? It's just not gonna be funny to anybody else. Why the hell am I telling this story? Anyways, where I was at, I worked for a help desk for a while in the IT department, and there was a request one time to spend money on getting Segways for the guys to be able to ride across campus. We had a big campus, and they thought it'd be good for the IT guys to have little Segway scooters that they could use to go across campus quickly to get to calls. And so whenever somebody would say, hey, that was a good Segway, they said, oh, are we getting Segways? So when you said Segway, in my mind, I'm back to the old IT days. Are we getting a Segway? Because that's what the IT department wanted it. Good Segway. Oh, we're getting a Segway? No, we're not getting Segways.
All blurred.
Yeah. So I segue back to our show. There was what else news? I know Logan was going to try to get to read a little bit of the appeal. It's a meaty bastard on the Richard Allen appeal. Did you get any time to look at that at all, Logan? Or I know it's huge. So
I'm on page 36.
Okay. Have you found any interesting reading yet, or hasn't got to the good stuff?
I know I found some interesting stuff that I personally didn't know was going on and
Nice.
had happened.
Nice.
Yeah, I found some stuff. I wrote it down.
Yeah. Well, I would love to talk to you about it, although I don't want to do any spoilers, because I think if you read that whole thing, there were some shockers for me. And in fact, well, shit, can we talk about that a little bit? Do you mind? Can we talk about that a little?
Tell me
'Cause
one
you
of
said-
your shockers.
One of my shockers was this, and I've mentioned this before, but I'd never said it to you. When I heard originally the idea of an Odinist Nordic ritual, I thought that's dumb. Like that, it's not going to be a Odinist ritual. And then I heard the guards watching over him had, an Odin We Trust patches. And I thought, that's just dumb. That's not true. And I looked into it and they did. And I was like, okay. But I still, at the back of my mind, I thought, this is really a reach. There's not some Odinist pagan ritual group going around there. And then I read the appeal and I was like, holy shit. They literally had the FBI coming in talking about the Odinist connection. They had specialists that were talking about the ritual connection. They had experts that talked about the 7 signs of a ritual. And I'm like, I didn't take that seriously enough. I didn't realize they were literally looking into that as a serious thing and not just a pie in the sky. Like they had law enforcement was looking into that angle. And that was a surprise to me, having been an outsider in the case.
And then, in my opinion, that's why the one task force officer lost his life, because he was following that and believed in that, and they shot him dead outside of his office. I'm telling you, that's what it's involving, in my opinion. So
it was that was like I said, it was unreal. And again, for those who follow the case, this probably was no shocker to you, but when they started showing pictures of the arrangement of the bodies and the sticks, which they said was an attempt to cover the bodies, and I look at the sticks, I'm like, nobody's trying to cover the bodies with 3 sticks. Like, that's dumb. And then they showed the runes, and I'm like, oh my god, like someone's literally putting runes on top of the body. Like, that is not covering a body.
The bodies themselves were posed, their arms were posed.
Yeah, they were posed, right? The bodies were posed, and for the first time I looked at that case completely different. Like, wait a minute, I thought they tried to bury the body. Nobody was trying to bury the bodies. It was less than 3% of their body was covered in sticks. And so I again, then I heard the other thing, that right across from the courthouse, there was that like a restaurant, Odin's Den, and they literally covered up the sign so that people wouldn't see that it said Odin's Den, because it would be prejudicial for people to know that it was that big of a deal in the town. And I was just like,
when William Labrado came out and did his interview, the attorney, and said, I thought it was a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and it's really not. He was scared.
It's really not.
He was scared. So yeah, that blew me away. Right, that was the answer to it all when he said it. So I was done.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think, Logan? Did you get into that when you were, did you take seriously the Odinist angle, or how did you feel about that?
So at first, really, in any case, when something is brought up like a ritual or a witchcraft or an Odin thing, anything along those lines, at first I'm like, oh, no, here we go again. But after maybe a couple days of me even looking into it myself, I was like, oh, this could be a thing. And the only reason I thought that specifically with Odinism is because I had an old boss that we would go to lunch after I quit working there still. And he was telling me about this new manager he had hired, and the manager was into Odinism, and he was telling me all about it. And that's the only reason I knew about it, and some of the crazy things that it entails, and why it could be true is because he had already told me something. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe that could be it then.
And they didn't even follow through Odinism. That's the sad part, is they took and twisted it into something they call heathenism and made it a lot darker and nastier with what they were using. So,
right. And it seemed to me, looking at the case from the outsider's perspective, that as the judge kind of blew off the whole idea as being ridiculous, like that, oh, it's a ritual. Like we're not even going to talk about it. And if you bring that up in the courtroom, I'll just throw this thing completely out. That's not a real thing. And I'm like, how do you do that when the investigators and the FBI are literally bringing in experts talking about it because they're taking it that serious? But the judge is like, well, that's bullshit. It's not going to be in my courtroom. We're not talking about that bullshit.
Is that why she did it though? Or do you think it was for a different reason? That's my question about it. Sorry, Logan.
Right.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I didn't realize it was such a big deal. Like, I didn't know that. I mean,
she threatened to hold people in contempt.
Huh?
She threatened to hold people in contempt of court if they made the word in her courtroom. That's what? Come on.
Right.
Yet another judge who is, really super overstepping their bounds. That whole system needs to be revamped as well, as far as how much power judges have.
And I have to say, I'm ashamed that I didn't take that more seriously, because I didn't realize, I never knew that was that big of a deal. I thought that was kind of like a really kind of a stretch. Yeah, I get an echo somewhere. You guys got an echo somewhere too? I hear that too.
I hear
I just picked up an echo from somebody.
I'm checking.
But anyways, yeah, it was. So that's just some of the surprises that I found in there for me, because I didn't know just how much it had been taken seriously. So seeing the documents and seeing that they, that was part of their argument was the judge ignoring any evidence whatsoever of that angle. And then what actually happened to Richard Allen in prison was disgusting. When you read what happened, it's disgusting what happened to him in prison. That does need to be relooked at, in my opinion. It's a horrendous thing that happened. So that's my take on it. I can't wait till you finish reading it so we can talk about it more in depth, but it's bad, really bad.
Yeah. I've gotten to the parts of him being in prison and stuff, and it's already really bad. I'm only on page 35. So I'm sure it gets worse, and it's already bad.
It does.
I think it's 100. Wasn't that like 118 pages?
118,
I think.
Yep.
118 pages.
Yeah.
Did you follow it before at all, Logan? Or is this brand new to you? Oh, you did? Okay.
No, I was into the Delphi case for sure.
Okay, gotcha.
And the biggest thing is, that I learned from the case, and you may already know this, again, for me, it was new, but what I didn't realize was how Ron Logan, was that the guy whose property they were found on?
Yeah.
Ron Logan was in their sights for the longest time. And then he dies in prison from COVID or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, after 5.5 years of nobody giving a shit about Richard Allen and nobody's got him on his radar, they lose their lead suspect, or one of their lead suspects, and just within months shift it to Richard Allen and railroad the guy and put him in jail. And I'm like, wait a minute, funny, your lead suspect dies, and now all of a sudden you just pivot and everything suddenly it's always been Richard Allen. How did we miss it? I'm like, well, maybe you didn't just make that shit up. Like, I don't know. Like,
it almost reminds me of something else.
We missed One's intro.
Oh shit! Right.
One's got to do his intro.
He was sleeping.
I'm here.
I'm sorry, I got distracted with testicles. You cannot hold me accountable for
I
that
know.
shit. You can't hold
know
me
you
accountable.
did.
When we start talking testicles, I just lose my
that.
mind. I lose my mind. So shit.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who gets distracted by testicles. I'm glad you do too. We have a lot of fun. So look, can we backpedal for an intro?
I'm getting all kinds of messages. My son can't go to sleep.
Oh my god, I was wondering. I was wondering? Will he's like, if? Oh my gosh, your poor son just heard a bunch of stuff about the T word. This is not a family channel. I can't apologize for that. All right, you know what? Do an intro, even though it's late, and then we'll get further into this. Shit.
Fine. Okay. Is it good to be alive in the den on a Wednesday night? In the dark spaces between truth and narrative, between what we're told and what we're allowed to question, there is a courtroom without walls. This is Devil's Advocates. Tonight, we step back into the shadows of Idaho. 4 lives taken in the stillness of the early morning, a town frozen in disbelief, and a case that has fractured public opinion from day one. A name echoes through headlines and court filings alike. Brian Koberger, a suspect, a PhD student, a man charged, but not yet judged. We examine what the affidavits say, what they don't say, and how a single narrative can harden into certainty long before a jury ever speaks. This is not about defending the indefensible. It's about challenging the comfort of assumptions in a case where the stakes could not be higher. But the darkness doesn't stop there. Tonight, we also confront a chilling reminder that the justice system itself is not immune from violence. The case of Mickey Steins, a moment that shattered the illusion of safety inside a courtroom, where order is supposed to prevail and justice is meant to be protected. And at the center of that tragedy, a man sworn to uphold the law, Judge Kevin Mullins. A judge, a public servant, a human being caught in the crosshairs of a system under unimaginable strain. These cases force uncomfortable questions about power, pressure, and mental unraveling. And what happens when the institutions we trust collide with human breaking points? On Devil's Advocates, we don't rush to verdicts. We slow things down. We read between the lines. We argue both sides, especially the ones no one wants to hear. Because justice isn't found in outrage, it's found in scrutiny. This is where doubt is allowed. This is where questions matter. This is Devil's Advocates. Love you, Jackson, Juliana, and of course, my beautiful wife. With that, live from New York, it's Wednesday night.
And I am sorry, Mrs. 11,
okay.
for your children hearing all of the offensive material and not letting your son go to bed before it got completely racy. Yeah. Well, hey, look, I'm so ashamed, Father. I'm so ashamed. Anyways. Well, hey, I get one flub up every once in a while, right? What's going on? What are you pointing at? What are you pointing at, Dago? You're muted. What the?
You're muted.
I'm trying to point at her. It's her fault.
Oh yeah. You're trying to get the right angle on the camera to point at her. Yeah. Oh, and that you just took Dago completely off the screen. What the hell did you do?
He did it.
Wow.
Logan did it.
No,
By the way,
I'm just
as
kidding.
a reminder, and I don't know how often we're going to do it. We're having mixed results, but I've started to try a new thing called Fireside Chat, where I take the comments and stuff that are happening in the chat that I don't have time to get to, or we don't make time to get to. And I've been doing some kind of one-on-one, pulling out your comments and doing a video called Fireside Chat, where I address some of those comments one-on-one in a follow-on video. The first one went really well, and everybody was excited and said, "Keep doing that. That's amazing." And then the next one had like half the audience, and the next one after that had half the audience again. So it's dying quickly. But I will tell you this.
No, it's great.
It's great. If I'm going to keep trying it, here's a difficulty I have. Both Dago's chat and Logan's chat are going to look exactly the same to me. It's just going to have a little paper clip letting me know it's coming from another channel. I won't know which one of the channels it came through. When Dago wasn't here last night, it was clear to me which chat was my chat and which one was hers. But now I'm going to have a hard time discerning which chat.
Unless,
if I do that,
one way around that, although some may fall, may forget, or some people hopping in at the last moment. If you have people actually type where they're from before the question. So if someone says like Dago, I've just put someone say Dago side, here's a question for you, Lee, or Logan's side. Here's a question.
The only problem with that is they don't give you a lot of characters to type your message in the first place. So if you're trying to ask a question and you're trying to state who you're asking the question to and what channel you come from, and then your question, that's not all.
But then you would know, yeah,
right.
Or you could tell, or they can put initials,
Yeah. We'll work it out. I mean, to be fair, I don't even know how long it's going to last.
Yeah. But it is good. I watched both of them. I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, I like doing it. I enjoy doing it, although it was very time consuming because last night I just tried to address the comments that I had. Apparently I just have too many thoughts. So I just thought I'd pull out the comments from chat that I have a thought about. And I did like 2 hours of ranting in addition to our live last night. So that was long. Yeah. What's up?
Can I make a quick statement? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to welcome the new meatballs to the Swartz. False Star, Kate, James Mullen, SND Light, Hester Prine, D York Lady, Jane Kendall, Miss Raquel, and Melissa 1111. Welcome to all 10 of you new meatballs to the Swartz, and thank you for being part of the family. We appreciate you very much.
Yeah, and real quick, I didn't even notice Amanda's been throwing out, like, there's a gift membership she threw out, and there's a gift membership she threw out. And on your side, somebody gifted 5 memberships on your side, and then got another 5 memberships on your side, it looks like, unless they're duplicating them, and then Amanda again. So, like,
it was me. I dropped 10 of them.
Nice. Well, that's amazing. That's perfect. So, I hope that you guys had your ability to receive free gift memberships turned on. If you did, then hopefully some people got some cool behind the scenes content for free. So that's great. And thank you for everybody that helped out with that. And I'm glad you're good. I forgot that I'm allowed to gift, I think, a certain amount every month. And I keep forgetting that I could do that. Yeah, I need to look into that myself. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. That's all there is to it.
We all get 10 free ones as creators a month.
You do? I had no idea.
Okay, good. I'm so glad because I knew, but I forgot. And so now at least you don't know. So now we look like dicks if we haven't been handing it out all the time.
They're down in the thing. If you look under the dollar sign and pull it up and go down to membership gifting, they'll be laid up in there. So yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Move, bitch. Get out.
Get out the way.
Give me a second because I can't do it from within StreamYard, but I'm going to make an attempt. Where'd you say I need to go? I need to go into the
down at the bottom where the dollar sign is.
Yeah.
In the chat, it says membership gifting. Click that. Scroll down to the bottom, and if you have them, they should be there loaded in.
All right. Well, something's not working for me yet. I will get that figured out because if I can give stuff away, then I should be giving stuff away.
Yes, I get.
Give it away now. Sorry, I had to go back to the Red Hot Chili Peppers day.
That's all good.
Great song. Good. I'm full of pop culture references from the 80s and 90s, which makes me look even older than I should be looking right now. But anyways.
Amanda, she's been a member for 5 months. Yay!
Wow. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Amanda's working her ass off on the back end. So that's been great. Did I say ass and back end at the same? Anyways, I don't know.
Did.
Okay, so tell me what you want to talk about tonight. This is kind of free for all. Tell me what you want to talk about.
Not
fantastic. Don't everybody speak at once.
Not testicle.
Yeah, not testicle. Yeah.
That's
awesome. That's awesome, Logan. No testing stuff today. We'll save that for Sunday.
Oh, I will tell you. Okay, here's an Idaho 4 thing. I will tell you this. It's funny because somebody made me go on a stream of consciousness that I can't shake now. I really can't shake this. And I've said all these things before in pieces, but it didn't lock into me until last night when somebody in the chat made a comment and it all came together to me. Steve Gonzalez saying, maybe if MPD had been patrolling the neighborhood instead of worried about underage drinking and whatever, maybe the kids would still be alive or whatever. This wouldn't have happened. And I thought to myself, well, that's kind of a strange comment. Because like Robin said, what, is he supposed to be fucking clairvoyant? Are they supposed to know that something's about to happen? How are they supposed to stop it? But let me put it all together, how it came together in my mind last night. We now know for a fact, Moscow Police Department had a special patrol assigned to the campus to watch on-campus and off-campus areas. It was assigned. It was a whole patrol, a special patrol dedicated to watching on-campus and off-campus behavior. There was a cop car, unmarked, that was at the White's apartment, in front of the White's apartment that night when the Banfield stop happened. That was the unmarked car that stopped the kids running across the field and said, hey, what are you guys doing? I told you to stop. Why didn't you stop when I told you to stop? And I've said before, but I didn't put it all together. Where that cop car is parked, that unmarked cop car is parked, is right between the Whites and another building. And if you look down that alley, you're looking right at 1122 King Road. You can literally see the house from Taylor Avenue looking between the Whites and the other place. They were parked right there. And then I put it all together. If the police detail was watching the house because they had a confidential informant and they were literally watching the house, and then somebody distracted the cops from their duty of watching the house, and the murders happened while the cops were distracted over at the Banfield and underage drinking, no wonder they would be like, oh shit, we literally just got everybody killed because we looked the other way and got distracted, and this happened right under our fucking nose. And I've been saying this for the longest time. If it happened right under their nose when they were supposed to be protecting a CI, there would be Herculean efforts potentially to cover that up. They wouldn't want the public to know that they fucked up and they were watching the house and still missed it. And then I thought, what if that's what happened? What if they were literally parked between those two buildings to watch 1122 King Road residents, and they got distracted, intentionally or not intentionally, and the murders happened literally while they were distracted, right under their nose. And then a colossal cover-up came in to cover up the fuck up that they just did, where they let their CI get killed right under their nose.
Yeah, it's very possible.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
But
very good point.
However, but the only thing with that, I still believe that Rosenthal went to that house between 3 and 3, whatever it is, 3 and 3:40. So
yeah,
or wherever. After the Banfield stop, he went over there.
Well,
I believe we have evidence of that.
If you believe anything Molly says, and she states that she sees this car with one person. Where was he at?
She describes Tisdale.
Right. So where was Rosie at during that? If that's true.
And then if that is
Logan's raising her hand like she's in class.
And if that's the case, then if Tisdale, if Rosenthal went there after the Banfield stop, and all the stuff already happened, if the murders had already happened, and he probably would have been like, "Oh shit, what?" Like, what do we do now?
What Logan was going to say. You had your hand raised. What do you got?
I actually did a whole video a while ago on why Molly only saw one person in that car. Is because Rosie was leaned all the way back in his seat. So it looked like only one person, and you can see that on his body-worn camera. He's actually leaned all the way back.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh.
Good
nice
job.
catch.
Good job.
Why is he leaned back in the seat, though? But yeah, it's on his own body-worn camera. He's leaned all the way back. That's why she only sees one person.
I'm going to go watch that. I will go watch that.
Wow.
Nice catch.
I don't know which one it is. Yeah. It was like 4 months ago.
I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
The question I have about Molly, though, is she said that the dude she saw had red spiky hair.
Right.
Neither one of those guys had spiky hair.
Well, kinda. It's like strawberry
Tisdale, kind of.
Yeah.
But how can she see red hair in the dark?
He had his dome light on. That's what she said.
Yeah.
You know what I will say again for the record? You know who she didn't fucking see? She didn't see Brian Koberger. That was bullshit. She didn't. Molly did not see Brian Koberger that night. That was horseshit. She never saw him. What she saw was one of the cops. She never saw fucking Brian Koberger there. I'll repeat that over and over again until you prove me otherwise. She didn't see Brian. They brought her in to be because they needed an ace in the hole. Literally, Bill Thompson said, "I can't place Brian Koberger at the house," and he was going to use Molly to place him at the house because they couldn't get anybody. And so he's leaning on somebody that they could make a deal with to say, "You saw him there that night, didn't you?" Wink, wink, nod, nod. She never fucking saw Brian Koberger at the house. I believe that wholeheartedly.
No.
I also wondered when she said red hair, for whatever reason, my little testicle brain went directly to thinking of Jack Decor driving around in a car possibly, and her seeing his hair because his hair is kind of spiky, I guess you could say. And it's red. So I wondered, is there a possibility he was driving around that night? Immediately is what I thought then. I'm just saying. Always made me wonder, though. Just saying.
Does he drive a white car?
His car was silver, I thought, which could look white.
Which would look white. Yeah.
Look white. Thank you so much, James Moen. Appreciate you, brother. Oh, shoot. Well, real quick, happy Degoversary to Tomboy and Tandy. I know it's been more than the time it says. I love you guys. I appreciate you both. Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
Oh, no worries. I'm still trying to get over the testicle brain thing. But
was Molly holding a food bag, a paper bag with food in it when she was walking around?
No. Nope. No. She definitely was not. And that doesn't make no sense, does it, Logan?
No, it doesn't.
She looked in the car with her dog.
Yeah, if you find the house, then you're going to go all the way back to your car to get the food and then walk it back again?
Right. So let's review for people who don't understand that story a little bit, and let's talk about some of the details because the devil's in the details, as I often say. So Molly claimed, if I recall it right, you guys correct me on my story if I'm wrong. Molly claimed that when she tried to go deliver the food, she had a hard time finding the house, and that kind of routed her back to the back of the house, and it wanted her to walk down the slope to the door. And she's like, "Well, this is dumb." So she gets out of the car. I think she takes her dog, and she walks that slope down by the Queen Apartments, looking for the house, kind of thing. Now, that's part of the story. Then the other part of the story was when she was walking around, she saw in the house a woman that kept looking out the window, she said, and ducking down to not be seen. So she described somebody that saw her and seemed to be, whenever she'd look up at the window, would try to duck down. So let's talk about all those pieces. Did Molly deliver the DoorDash? Did she have the food in her hand when she walked down the slope? Did she take her dog? Who did she see ducking in and out of the windows? What are your guys' thoughts?
The only thing I saw is what looked like a phone in her hand when she was down at the end of the road.
Yeah.
That's all I remember seeing.
Right.
I didn't even see her carrying her dog. Like, I imagined that. My understanding is she left the food in the car with the dog, which is kind of stupid to do too. But I wouldn't do that. But, just saying, that's all I can see is she's walking with both arms moving and one phone in her hand is what I saw. So I agree with Logan. If you're going to deliver food, why would you not take the food with you?
Right. She also said, so if she left the food and the dog in the car, she also said she never shut her car door when she got out, that she left that open as well.
Why didn't the dog jump out and chase her?
Yeah.
Most dogs would.
Yeah. And then the other part of her story there, where she said she sees someone with brown hair in the window.
Yeah,
long brown hair. Yeah,
long. It was a long brown hair.
I get right. Right. So she sees someone in the window, and then what? Right. But you're there.
But here's
to
the other
deliver
problem
food,
with that
right?
one.
Are you waiting for them to come downstairs? Are you,
According to her, it's on the third floor window.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I did this at my show one day. You got to really get back out of the way to see that window because it's blocked by the second floor roof and and everything.
Yeah. And the trees.
So
there's a lot. I know there's a lot of trees back there. It's hard to see I don't know what it would have looked like when it was all lit up, but that also bothered me. And one of the things I always thought to myself was when I shouldn't say we always thought, when the timeline came into question about whether the murders had happened earlier before the DoorDash delivery. Because keep in mind, people, one, Xana's activity on her phone is not proof of life. Doesn't tell you who's pushing the buttons on the phone. Second of all, I believe they confirmed that the DoorDash delivery order was ordered at 2 something in the morning and didn't get delivered till 4 in the morning. So it's not like she just ordered it and just got delivered. Again, no proof of life that she was alive at 4 o'clock in the morning just because the food's finally arriving at that time. But if the murders had already been done, and we've talked about the possibility that there was a cleanup. Again, there's lots of evidence said that a cleanup, there's evidence of a cleanup. So was the woman that she saw ducking down and not wanting to be seen, somebody in that bedroom doing cleanup after the murders? And did she see a female that was involved in the cleanup? And that's who didn't want to be seen, in that room doing cleanup.
Well, here's the thing. If she's looking at that third floor, if she did have a chance to stand back far enough to see it, that's the bathroom on the third floor.
Yeah.
That's what she was seeing. Right below it is the living room. If she was looking at the second floor and screwed up. But still, again, that was my thought too, Lee. Is it somebody that's possibly in the midst of the cleanup, and when they see her, they move and hide? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you're in the third floor bathroom, let's say you're in it and you're looking out, how far up is the window? If you were short, would you have to jump to look out of it?
It's pretty high.
Good question.
I mean, how can I explain it? How long the window, do you mean?
Yeah, what's the height of the window?
I think it stands even with the room. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I want to clarify something. Didn't they say from the back parking lot up there? And again, when I went to the back parking lot and visited, the house was torn down, so I can't see the house. I have to kind of visually try to figure out where the house was when I'm back there. But they said that from the back parking lot, you're looking right into Maddie's bedroom.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So was it Maddie's bedroom that the woman was in, or was it the bathroom? Because that's the question.
It depends on where she. The way I read it, she claimed she was out in front of the house, by that dumpster area.
Okay, yeah, she was out in front of the house. Then that's a different. Yeah, then that's a different window, I guess. But.
And it would be slightly possible because I tried to do a whole thing with the house and everything that day when I was covering it, but I'm like, it is really far up there, literally in the roof to the second floor. The original roof to the house blocks the view of that window. It's really hard to see anything from the ground up unless you're way back looking up there. So. Almost like she'd have to be over by the white apartments to be able to see it, if that makes sense to you guys.
Yeah.
No,
good. Ange Kate just dropped a fireside. See, Ange K likes the fireside chat. So she's
Yeah.
like, fireside chat tip. Thank you so much. You know what? You can pay for fireside chat. Now I have to do it. Now I have to do that one.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Logan? Like, what do you? Because I've never really. I think we talked a little bit about it when you were on my show, but what do you think as far as
I'm gonna put up a picture.
that night? Like, do you believe in her and her story or any of that stuff?
No, I think she was some sort of either she was doing something she shouldn't have been doing, like delivering drugs and stuff, pretend, with the front of a food delivery thing.
Yeah.
Or she was actually purposely placed there for a reason to have this story and show a sign of life at a time they needed to see a sign of life when it really wasn't one at that time.
It's funny
because
because
with the text message to DoorDash.
It's funny because you're saying what I always am afraid to try to sound too conspiratorial, but let's talk about that for a minute. You're right. If someone wanted to establish a new timeline, then the DoorDash delivery is part of how you establish that new timeline. And again, let's not forget Molly's famous words. I'm friends with Bill Thompson. So did she owe people favors? Did they say, hey, look, we need you to come by and do, was that all to reestablish a timeline because they didn't want people looking at the real time it happened? So they took some steps to make the timeline, throw the timeline off.
Well, add to that real quick. The fact that Rosie said that he saw the taillights of a car parked back there and 3 or 4 people walking towards the house, but he didn't question them because he was looking for open containers for underage drinkers. Right. Well, therefore, in turn, made me wonder, did Molly show up there, going on what Logan said, to do something nefarious, we'll say? Did she bring people there to drop them off to do what they did? That's right. That too.
That's
right.
Too.
And if she was, think about it too, if she was connected to something that went on there, she could have also brought the weapon. Could have, if she's part of it, if she's part of the whole thing.
Well, they could.
Robin, hold on. Yeah. Robin's raising her hand all politely. We gotta get Robin to get a chance here.
May I put up a picture?
Yes, and real quick, by the way, thank you for the people who are donating money for the fireside chat to encourage me. That's very super nice. I appreciate that. Yeah, Robin, show us what you got. Oops. Pretty much.
This is Teasdall, right?
Yeah.
Tisdall. Okay.
However you pronounce it. I don't see spiky hair. I don't see red hair.
It's kind of reddish, maybe.
I think it's considered strawberry blonde, is what they said.
I see. I see brown, like a brownish, and it's not spiky. Spiky to me means it's sticking. Up.
Right. Yeah. So, definitely. When I heard spiky, I thought a different hairstyle than that for sure. But
it could have been the dome light could have reflected and made it look a color. She's also always on drugs. Maybe. So there's that too, Rob.
Well, there's
she's also always on drugs.
It is. Well, that's what's interesting with the interview that she had. Although we know they got God knows who was rehearsed or not in these interviews, but like you said, we know that she's involved with drugs and her history. Yet she does this interview and she seems to know like every little detail of like everything. Like when if she's doing DoorDash every time, she's not going to remember every detail of everything that happened. Like she wasn't part, like you understand, like she didn't have an emotional response. She wasn't part of the crime. Like she's just delivering DoorDash. So why would it be any different than any other DoorDash, that she did?
She shouldn't remember that much about it. I agree with you.
Like I'm saying, like, okay, she remembers she had trouble finding the address or whatever, but she wouldn't remember all these like little extra details. If she's doing DoorDash and she's doing it multiple times, multiple days, it's just a little odd to me.
I think she probably made up more than she remembered. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Is this? Hold on, let me pull one more thing up here real quick.
No, Gower had dark brown hair, guys. For those who are asking.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, never mind. I was going to pull up another picture of Tisdall to that is a little spikier, but I'm having technical difficulties, and I still wouldn't call it spiky. So, anyways, it is what it is.
That's why I went to Jack the Cork, because his hair is kind of spiky and it's definitely red. So,
Yeah.
See,
so
I tried to look this question. I tried to look this up. I tried to look that up, and I don't do DoorDash here where I am, but I don't know if you guys have experience with this, but what it said it's not like a definitive thing. Like some places they do write the name on the bags. I don't know if you guys
two things real quick. One, it's always good to see Tiggle Bitties. So it's thank you. I'm a fan of Tiggle Bitties, but thank you so much for coming back. Good to see you again.
We got it all here tonight now.
But look,
Tiggle Bitties.
This is something we say over and over again, and it's really, really true. Autopsy report on the stomach contents. Everybody said that I thought they said the food was partially eaten by that DoorDash delivery. So did Xana have food in her stomach or not? That's going to be an important part of was she really again, the DoorDash delivery is not proof of life, people. The texting on the phone is not proof of life. It would be a lot better if we knew when the food was in the stomach. So
and why haven't we been given that?
Right.
Yeah. Why is that being withheld from us? Of anything, why are they withholding that? Go for it, Logan.
My thing with the text message at 3:54 to DoorDash, supposedly from Xana saying, "Are you having trouble finding it?" I have a lot of things wrong with that, but one is, why didn't they use that as proof of life? And two, she stated in her interview, I kept getting text messages from all these people and texting through the app saying, ETA, what's your ETA? What's your ETA? And I kept having to respond back to him and blah, blah, blah. So that one that Xana sent you is the only one that you never responded back to?
Right.
Why?
Ding, 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 ding. Thank you.
Winner, chicken dinner. Right.
And she doesn't talk about it. She doesn't mention it. She doesn't mention it in her interview.
She even said there was no description. I didn't hear from them. They wrote nothing in the description box. Nothing.
Right. You would think that would be the most important thing that she would kind of remember. Like, okay, so she's doing DoorDash, and maybe she doesn't remember all the details of everything, but you would think like, oh my God, I delivered DoorDash, and these people, people were killed in the house. Look, someone sent me a message that's actually something that you would remember.
That's why you would go to the police, you would think.
Right.
Has DoorDash confirmed that she made the delivery? Like, did they track the delivery order? Has DoorDash confirmed that delivery?
You take a picture. I think I don't know if we were showing it, but I believe you have to take a picture or something.
We're supposed to, yeah.
To show that.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Have we seen proof that she delivered through DoorDash that night? Because last I had heard, there was no evidence that she actually did deliver DoorDash that night.
I don't believe it was authenticated to be true. So
right. And the other thing too with that app, my understanding, like I know it take an hour and 45 minutes. You can actually track. So if you do DoorDash, there's a map thing that comes up. And you can actually track.
You can follow
where the driver is.
Yes, you can track that. And you can talk to the driver through text message or phone call on the app too.
I don't know, Amanda, that this has the same ring to Tiggle Bitties, but thank you. Appreciate that.
Wait, what did she say?
We're going to have to call it Tiggle Balls.
Oh. Tiggle Balls. Oh my God. You guys are killing me tonight.
So
I wanted to mention. I know we all watched the true crime forensics thing. Video with. So what I wanted to mention with that, what I thought, I was trying to hear what he said is what he claims the people say, whatever, but I'm not really the best judge of that. I suck with audio. I don't know. I'm horrible with it. But what I did find interesting, what he said, and he said that he's working on a further program, and he seems to sound like he knows what he's talking about. What he's actually going to do, he's actually working on a program that can match the voices. So forget about even what people say or don't say, right? Because as Leo says, if someone says this is what you hear, then you have it in your mind. You're trying to hear that statement. So forget about even what is said or not said. what he's actually doing is trying to match the voices, and he's
Right.
claiming that one of the voices, no matter whatever it is that is said around the 227 or 228, he's already said that one of the voices that is said during that time period, he's already matched to 10 a.m. the next day. One of the voices that I guess they're people are in the street or they're near the house. So what he's working on is a program that's going to match all the different voices, and that's going to actually be really interesting to see, because we do have a lot of the people. We do have, if it's someone that has had an interview, we have their voice. So he's going to be trying to match voices. So we may not know exactly what is said or not said, but if he's, your voice is kind of almost like a DNA signature.
So
it's super interesting.
I want to talk. Yeah, it is interesting, but I want to talk a little bit about some of the playing devil's advocates with that, though. Let's talk this through. If the audio that he was playing with is the audio I think it was, we all think that it's been muddied by MPD. If it's been muddied by MPD, then the whole sound profile analysis thing is already thrown off, because the sound's been muddied and it's already been altered with.
Right.
So I'm not sure how accurate you can get. Also, I'd have to see his testing methodology, because if what it's doing is, I'm going to load 50 voices in and you tell me which voice this most likely represents,
Right.
It's just going to tell you that which one it most likely represents. It's not proof that it is that person's voice. It's just like, I ran this through your question, and out of all the voices you've given me to sample, I think it most resembles this one.
Right.
And again,
I'm not sure. I don't know.
all those
Right.
things is how to make sure how it was done. But
Right. He'd have to explain how it's matching. You're right. You're right.
So it is interesting. To be fair, it is interesting.
But I just find it interesting, though.
Yeah.
I was going to try and bring him on the channel to ask him these questions so he can explain it in depth to kind of see what his process is, and so we can judge if.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. That guy wrote that software, right? And he
yes,
right.
That's
and he named it Sherlock. If he named it Sherlock. Fucking brilliant marketing, dude. That was really, really good. Really clever. Like, that was a great way to name your software. Fantastic. I can't speak to how well it works or not, but that was great marketing. That was really. That's clever.
He claims that they did, like, he claims, so he shows from 1112, when the two girls like leave that apartment,
315.
so they're literally right. So they're literally like standing in front of the damn camera. Like, you should be able to hear what they say. Through his program, he completely eliminates, and you can hear them talking. Mm-hmm. So he says that the additive crap that they put on is like really like low, like they did like basic low level adding shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his method is or what he's doing, but he said that, he has to work on it, but he's basically working on a crapify voice thing. He said that they didn't really do anything. They didn't do anything complicated. It's just you need.
That's what Outcast said too. It was really, really basic shit. So
right.
Yeah.
And
he said he was waiting. He was waiting for. He says that he was waiting through the whole over the years for someone to have an audio specialist, which no one had. No one added in anywhere.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a minute, because it's been a long time since I watched that audio. But you're right. If I recall, this is by memory, those two girls that come out of the house right in front of the camera that's been picking up, I can't make out their conversation if I remember right.
And it should be.
And that's, you're right. How could you not hear that conversation crystal clear?
Right.
Which again leads to they muddied the audio. They did some shit to the audio, because you should be able to hear them plain as day.
And I think they did
because you can hear their car keys. You can hear their car keys, but you can't actually hear their conversation.
And that I think they did on purpose because of what they were probably talking about. That's my opinion. I think they left for a reason that night.
And honestly, I can't prove this, but honestly, I think it's illegal for them to have done that. Again, if they muddy something for redaction purposes because they're trying to say it was something that needed to be kept private, they need to let you know they muddied the water. They can't just muddy the audio. Again, what they're doing is they're altering reality, and they're making you believe that that's how it really sounded that night without letting you know that they manipulated the audio. They need to tell you when they manipulate the video and when they manipulate the audio. And so if they did that, and if they did fuck with it and they didn't tell you they fucked with it, I think it's illegal what they did.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I mean, I saw Jules has a whole breakdown of the other audio, the 12:30 to 2:30 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
She basically has a whole timeline of who got the audio of when it went, where it went. And according to what she has, the video has audio. So she's trying, she's trying to fight them. Like, where is it? Where is the audio? Like,
I'm gonna tell you that I've always wondered when I first watched that, when Joel's got it, when you see the two girls leave at 3 something and come back at 5 something, I immediately questioned, first off, if we're hearing this on the camera, what we're hearing, they had to hear it inside the house. Okay. I mean, they're right there. They had to hear something. Did they leave because of what they heard and come back at a later time for a specific reason? Is that why they redacted what they were talking about? Because it explains some of that. There's a few questions I had to go with that, honestly.
Well, and they can't come out now and say, "Oh, you can't hear what's inside the house." Bull crap, because they're the ones who first said at 417 you can hear a whimper and a thud. If you can hear a whimper and a thud, you can
thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's the most asinine thing about this whole thing. They literally tried to. You can hear what sounds like a whimper and a thud, and they literally put that in there like that was important evidence, and then act like totally ignore the screaming and all that other shit you hear. None of that's relevant. You can hear a whimper and a thud. That's proof that something happened. Like they must think we're fucking morons. Like
they do. They do.
I don't know.
Well, look at all the people that believe them.
And I don't think.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And I really don't think we were supposed to get that audio.
No, I don't think we're supposed to get any.
We got lucky. I think it was just like Jules said, she was dealing with a different person because it was around the holiday, right? So she was dealing with a different person at the office.
They've withheld a lot.
I don't think it was right.
I'm gonna be FOIA. Today I decided I'm FOIAing the full. I'm gonna have to word it this way too. The full and total 911 call, because I realized, thanks to SRB that pointed it out to me, that they even redacted things from the 911 call that we got. Okay. There's that you don't hear in a 911 call that you hear in body cam video.
In addition, I mean, I can tell you what they're going to try to say, but the same thing happened in the Brent Kopacka thing. I asked for the dispatch logs for that night, and they truncated the entire thing. They took out major sections and gave me an audio that lasted like an hour for a standoff that happened over 3 hours, or not, sorry, 8 hours. So I'm like, well, where's the rest of the fucking audio? Like, it took, you remember, you and I were listening to it, like, man, how did SWAT get there so fast? Well, they didn't. They just truncated a bunch of shit out of it and gave me an edited file. And I'm like, explain, and of course they're going to, oh, well, there was stuff about other crimes. No, you had separated the channels. Remember, you separated the channels so that we wouldn't have any crossover traffic. So no, everything on that audio should all be related to Brent Kopacka. Don't give me the shit that there was other stuff going on. So why did you redact the fuck out of that thing?
That's why that's what I'm getting. Go ahead.
We're going to be getting a lot more stuff. If you listen carefully to Steve G and that interview, he said that this was just the beginning. He said there's a lot. I mean, we didn't even get the full autopsy report yet.
We finally got. By the way, we finally got to hear the full, the other side of the 911 call today. Lucy got for us, where they toned out the fire department for EMS and all that stuff. You hear the whole thing now. I didn't even know that existed, and she sent me that this morning. I played it, and you can hear how they tell the response from the fire department after they tone them out, and hear how they called it. I have it if you want to hear it, by the way. What they call in, that there is actually 2 dead people, non-breathing, blah, 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 lots of blood, all that kind of shit comes through this call. So
wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
what the
what?
It's wild. And it says that you hear them tell, I think it's Medic 43 or Squad 43 to stand down.
What was the timestamps? Is it before 11:58 or?
Let's play it.
I think it's at 11:58.
At 11:58.
Yeah, let me find it. I'll pull it back up again. Thank you to Lucy Morningstar. Sent it over to me today.
Thank you,
Again, I
Lucy.
think I just peed myself a little again. Now here we go.
And it does explain some of the stuff that we were questioning. Hold on a minute. Here it is. 1 minute. I had to play it a couple times to get it all, and then I explained what everything means in it. Oh shit! Hold on, you guys. I gotta move it around.
We're doing it live.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And again, this is what bothers me, people. For people who are wondering why we're still talking about this after it's all done, is because there is still stuff coming out that nobody has seen before. To this day, we are still getting shit that no one has seen before. So of course we're going to talk about it, because it doesn't match with the fucking story they told you. So of course we're going to talk about it like, oh, by the way, here's some new thing. Well, wait a minute. That doesn't go along with what you told us happened. There's a problem.
And like I said, you guys got to thank Lucy Morningstar for this, because I don't even know where she found it, how she got it, but I was grateful to hear it finally today. Because I had questions about this being, with the fire department, how things didn't happen a certain type of way. This kind of explains it. So here you go. There's some dead air here and there, but
Dispatching Moscow Law ambulance for unconsciousness, 1122 King Road.
that's for people that don't understand. That background you hear slight, that's them toning out the fire department in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Moscow ambulance respond for unconsciousness, 1122 King Road. Moscow ambulance respond for unconsciousness, 1122 King Road, 10-1158.
Moscow 531, Station 1.
Moscow 522, Station 1, full crew. Copy, full crew.
Moscow Babel.
Now, they responded from Moscow Fire Station 1 and said full crew, which means they're not volunteer. They have a full crew on station at the fire department ready to roll. There are no volunteers needed, okay?
Yep.
Want to be around?
That one I copy in about 20-year-old female, unconscious, trying to get further.
Copy. Moscow, Captain Winfrey, me around.
Units responding, RPs advising the patient is not conscious, not breathing.
Copy. Yeah. Moscow, engine 20 is en route.
Moscow Fire 3 is en route, King Road. Fire 3, copy. Units responding per the radio traffic between officers. There appears to be 2 college-age people appearing both deceased, lots of blood. Moscow Fire EMS, law enforcement requesting a stage in the area.
That one copy from Taylor and King.
1203.
Now, that meant they were en route. You could hear them rolling, sirens blaring, everything. And they come back and said, MPD is asking you to stage in the area to not respond to the scene. That's what that means.
What I wish that we had the timestamp of when they're saying MPD has already reported deceased individuals and lots of blood. Because when is the timestamp? How does it line up to
when
the
they
phone call?
key, right? Most of the time when they key out or key in, they give a timestamp for every time they're supposed to. I don't know if that's redacted from this because I don't remember hearing it. So,
right, and that's the thing. If they fucked with the audio like they did on the audio that I got, they're cutting out time, so you don't know. Like we might, for example, hear 1 second go by, but that might have been 5 minutes, and they just spliced out the 5-minute gap in there and just put it all together. So it's impossible to know.
When you hear, I'm going to back it up a minute. When you hear them key out, as soon as they make the statement, listen for the time as they're keying out. Okay.
Okay.
Moscow 531, Station 1.
Moscow 522, Station 1, full crew. Copy, full crew.
Moscow Babel, want to be around?
That one I copy in about 20-year-old female, unconscious, trying to get further.
Copy. Moscow, Captain Winfrey, me around.
Units responding, RPs advising the patient is not conscious, not breathing.
Copy. Yeah. Moscow, engine 20 is en route.
Moscow Fire 3 is en route, King Road. Fire 3, copy. Units responding per the radio traffic between officers. There appears to be 2 college-age people appearing both deceased, lots of blood. Fire 3. Moscow Fire EMS, law enforcement.
I believe she said 12:58.
requesting a stage in the area.
That one copy from Taylor and King.
1203.
Captain 1 trainee, same traffic.
Copy.
Moscow 142 is in route, King Road.
1205.
Moscow Fire 3 is in the area.
1205.
Moscow engine 20, same traffic.
I copy. And just to keep you updated per radio traffic, it sounds like they found 2 additional deceased in the house.
Received. Moscow ambulance 43 has a full crew. We'll stage at station 1 if we're needed.
Copy.
Ambulance 43, Bravo 1. Go ahead. You guys go ahead and roll non-code. Stage behind the engine.
So I guess not, but that last statement, go ahead and roll non-code. That means to go, no lights, no sirens, just get there, flow of traffic, so on and so forth is what that means.
And again, the problem becomes without the timestamps. It took time for the official story was they saw the 2 people on the first floor. It took them a while to realize there was an additional 2 on the top floor.
Yeah.
And so that if you listen to this, the time gap's not enough, right? It's like 2 deceased. Oh, now there's another 2 deceased. That would be too quick of a time frame for me.
They did what they did with the Kopaka thing right there.
They truncated it, right?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's it. Hold on.
Copy.
Moscow ambulance 43 now. Ambulance 43, you can stand now. Bring fire 0. You guys grab
Where are we getting the echo from?
Can you grab us some blankets? Bring them up. Affirmative.
Moscow ambulance 43 standing down, back in service. Ambulance 43, copy, back in service.
43, if you've got emergency blankets, could you bring them? Moscow Bat 1, be clear, scene, back in service.
1250.
Moscow ambulance 42 is clear, scene, back in service.
Copy.
Moscow Fire 3, I'm clear, back in service.
Pause.
Moscow engine 20 is clear, scene.
I mean, I'm sure everybody understands, but it 100%, right, is 100% truncated because people are leaving the scene now and are declaring themselves back in service. They didn't do that in a minute and a half. So clearly it's been redacted and that we don't know the timestamps that these
and
things
they
are
cut
happening.
they redacted the timestamps almost all and every bit of it. So
yeah.
The one I thought I heard 1258 initially, but after that I can't clearly make it out. So that's the end of it. They all go back in service. Except for one squad that is stationed with the fire engine crew, which is the fire crew. They walk up the hill with the blankets, and then that's the last we see of them.
Right.
There it is, y'all.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. My brain is still trying to, process things that happen live on the air like that. Like, again, because they truncated the audio, you don't know how long it took them to make the second report of the extra 2 deceased victims. I mean, none of it lines up. You don't get to have a little ticker in the corner. At best, you get to hear maybe a timestamp called in. But 1258 and 1158. Well, I think Pullman and Idaho were on the same time zone, were they not? Or did they have 2 different time zones? I think it's the same time zone.
Same time zone, yeah, because their 911 center works both sides, so they have to be able to run that way too. So Lucy said there's docs that go with it too. So see, I had never heard that before today, so I was very floored about that.
It would be nice. Well, no, I don't know. I mean, it'd be nice if they would stop fucking dropping brand new things, but no, because we're never going to know what happened if they don't keep dropping brand new things. And here's the thing. I think that there's a part of here's the question I have. Is mainstream media starting to slowly shift into the maybe Kohberger didn't do it alone because of the public records requests that are happening at an unprecedented rate, and they realize they can't stop the stem of the public interest, and they know that shit's coming out, so they got to get ahead of it. So they got to start. They're like, okay, well, fuck it. Like we can't deny some of these sons of bitches, like devil's advocates, are getting pretty good at the wording, right, of how to FOIA request shit, and we're not going to be able to keep this under wraps for forever. So now we got to get out ahead of it and start shifting the narrative slowly. Well, yeah, Kohberger still did it, but maybe he had friends that helped him with it because now they realize it's going to come out, right? I don't know.
Yeah, and the funny thing with this, it's so you guys,
account.
Yeah, right. The thing with this that got me is I was listening when I first heard that they were absolutely the squad was heading to the scene. They were on taser in the background. You can hear the taser for the ambulance running, which is the highest speed the siren rolls to get the fuck through traffic as fast as they could. So they were responding to a non-breather, which could have been a cardiac or anything, right?
Right.
And then they stowed him down like immediately. So that was just, I mean, we know how that happened or why, but it still blows my mind that they never responded them to that scene ever. Not in that aspect, I should say. They brought him in as backup for blanket service. I mean, come on. That just bothers the shit out of me still.
Yeah.
Detective Maury has a good question. It says, assume you were the perp that did this. Immediately following, what are the first couple of things that you would do?
Say that again.
Okay, I'm trying to find it to pin it to the screen so we can all read it.
Was
Let me
it,
see. Detective
Maury?
Detective Maury.
If you assume you were the perpetrator who did this, just like they said it happened, immediately following the crime, what are the first things that you would do? Yep, there we go.
This one, then. Okay.
That's not it.
If you were the perpetrator, what was the first things you would do?
Mm-hmm.
Get the hell out of Dodge.
I don't know.
I mean, I would be cleaning my car out, burning the clothes.
Getting rid of the weapon, right?
But he wants to know like a little bit more detail than that. I think. Like, how are you getting rid of the weapon?
I don't know. I can't.
Well, look. I mean,
you want all the secrets, huh?
Need help.
There's a problem. For me, there's a problem with the question, and I'll tell you why there's a problem with the question. If you just slaughtered 4 people in the house, you know it's going to get called in. It's not like now surprise, they found out about it. Like, you know they're going to find out about it. So it's not.
Oh, I got it.
When they start responding to it, that you go, oh, now I got to cover my tracks. You know they're going to go ahead. What you got?
He said, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Get rid of the murder weapon.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting rid of the murder weapon would be, number one after you've committed the crime, for sure. Yeah. I agree with that.
I mean, that's a good point. Like, that would be the first thing you would want to do, because you don't want to get caught with any kind of proof, right?
Right.
So it would have to be somebody. That's an interesting point, because now you're making me think, like, is there somewhere close around to there that they could have dispersed with the weapons?
But you don't want to be driving around getting rid of the weapon with all this blood in your car.
That's true.
Right. I mean, so I don't want to go crazy, but there's a million places to get rid of the weapon, right? There was shops in town that forge weapons and forge different kinds of blades and whatever. So they've got kilns, they got hot places. Like, you could have destroyed that weapon and melted it in a furnace. You could have gone and dumped it in the lake. You could have done, or not lake, but along the Snake River or whatever, which is what a lot of people try to imply that Kohberger went to go dump the knife the next morning on his trip down to Clarkston, Lewiston, Idaho. But
this brings up the point. Like, this, the whole point is that you wouldn't be able to do this in. Lana was covering this in her show yesterday. I think originally, like the test thing that they did, they were saying that the crime happened within 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes. That the people were, that these victims were killed or whatever. So 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes, all 4 people killed by BK. Messed with the crime scene, was able to, speed out.
An echo coming again from somebody.
I don't know. Not draw any footprints or anything anywhere.
Yeah, where'd you get the minute? Where'd you get the minute and a half? Where'd you get the minute and a half time frame?
I think that's what initially the prosecution when they did that test. I mean, of how long it would take. I don't know when it was filed. It's from their test that they did, like a dummy test of how long it would take. But when they do the test, it's it's a recreation, but you're also not taking into account of taking off your clothes, changing your clothes, doing all this other stuff on top of messing with the crime scene and doing all this other thing. Like, it's not possible.
And actually fighting with people while it's going on. I mean, we know that, Xana did not go down quickly. So, there's no way that happened. All that happened in that time frame.
Oh gosh, people, I don't know what to think about this. I mean, there's still documents that are still coming out. We're still waiting for a lot of stuff to come out, and I feel like I feel like
I mean he
yeah.
he said that he said that Kaylee's, I guess the full autopsy thing is 26 pages. We haven't seen that.
Yeah.
No.
Ugh. Everybody's quiet. Everybody's like sitting here in stunned silence, trying to process what we're thinking.
Yeah.
I said I would wash off the knife and go put it on the shelf at the Goodwill.
But do you think washing it off would be good enough? I mean, they would get. I mean, you would have to be one. What? How would you clean that? I mean, I don't even know how you would clean it good enough to
soak it in
murdering 4 people.
Bleach and parts cleaner and stuff like that.
If you soaked it,
They're not going to look at the Goodwill on the shelf for the murder weapon.
Right.
No,
right.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Logan. That kind of scares me.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. I wouldn't fuck with her. She stabs people's fucking mattresses in the middle of the night and shit just to test theories. She's a dangerous woman. I think we probably did. We got into some bad bed here with somebody here that's going to do some horrible things.
The question she asked me earlier. I'm kind of nervous now.
Well, if I were going to do it, and then she says something, we're all going to be like, "Oh shit."
I asked the question on Logan's channel before she answered. I was curious what you guys thought, Dago and Robin. Like, what do you think about with Ethan and Xana? Do you think that strong possibility that they were both attacked at the same time? The reason I say that is you don't see a lot of cross contamination of like Ethan's blood mixed with Xana, and you don't see Xana's blood really mixed.
It would have to
I mean, I guess there could be. I mean, I guess there could be a way. It just, to me, with the way you see the way you see that room and how stuff is all like it was a fight, right? And this craziness that went on. It's just weird that you don't see a lot. It doesn't. I haven't seen anything that really shows their blood was mixed.
I think they were attacked at the same time by 2 separate people. Yeah.
That's what I'm. That's what I'm asking. Like, do you think 2 people were in there, or at least 2? Maybe it's maybe more than 2.
At least 2. Yes,
could have been. Yeah, because they would have tried to help one another.
And we don't talk about this a lot.
But either way, even if Ethan was still lying down on the bed, because they're saying that I guess he was never upright. I'm not sure yet.
Gilbertson,
what they're thinking. What's that?
Gilbert, I didn't want to interrupt you, but Gilbertson explained it. Really made it sound super simple that he was attacking Xana and reached over and killed Ethan, and then went back to what he was doing with Xana until they were done. That's how he explained it. Literally, those are his words. Yes.
What I don't understand, and we've talked about it, and they talked about it on the Megyn Kelly show with Howard Bloom, is the lack of footprints. So you're standing there attacking 2 people. Xana's fighting back, and it's a hell of a fight. The crime scene shows it. There's blood everywhere, all over the place. Where are the fucking footprints? Like Logan said, did some guy fly in like a specter and fucking kill him from the air, kind of thing? I think it was Logan that said that. Did they get killed? Where's the footprints on the ground, or the booty smears, or anything? If they were wearing booties, where's the evidence that there was people standing? Now, again, I'm not suggesting that a phantom killed them, but it's the evidence of a cleanup thing. Like how is there not footprints? I don't even understand that.
And leaving the house, there should be
anywhere in the house.
Even just in Xana's room on the floor in her blood. Where are they?
Yeah, exactly. There's a smear of blood all over the floor. How are there not footprints in that smear of blood? Where's the footprints? I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense.
And how good would you have to be of a killer to go in there and do that and not leave behind a footprint?
Even if you were barefoot, you would leave behind
footprints. You would leave footprints, right? You would have a ridge mark of your foot, or your edge of your foot, or a toe, or something like that. You would have a print. There's no way you're not leaving a print.
Even if you were barefoot, you'd be leaving behind DNA because you sweat through the soles of your feet.
Right.
Yes,
right. But
by the way, I threw something backstage, Lee. I was curious if you guys had seen this yet.
All right. Machete. Oh, that's wicked. Yeah.
That thing there's multiple versions of that, by the way. Supposedly, from what a couple years back, 3 years ago, I think it was, That's something that was on Eric Gower's Pinterest page, connected to his Facebook page.
Yeah.
That he supposedly made these things. There's that I don't know, but if you look at that and think about the injuries that the victims had, it kind of makes you think a little bit, is all I'm saying.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought there was a machete involved until I saw that thing, thinking about how Keeley's space was destroyed so badly and things like that. It made me start to wonder when I saw that again.
Right.
That's kind of wild. I know it's a little off-sided from where we were at, but I did want to show you that again.
You're gonna give me nightmares, man.
There's like really psycho versions of that thing out there too, by the way, that they make these things all the time, I guess. So,
I'm at a
yeah,
loss.
no,
for
that
words.
question that was asked. Go ahead.
What would be the reason that you would need to make one of those?
I mean, to be fair, see, I play devil's. I when I was growing up as kids, we did weird shit like finding metal and trying to make some kind of weapon out of it and try to get creative.
Yeah.
But that's when I was a kid. Kind of thing.
Yeah, these
The
are
Walking Dead is a very popular show, or it was.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
so if you're into zombie films, let's say you're into
guess.
horror movie films, you come up with creative weapons and stuff like that. So I mean, some people just have a fascination with that shit, and they love making throwing stars out of saw blades and shit, and whatever the case. You just get creative with doing creative things.
I can't get past Logan's question now. It's really starting to bother me.
Which one?
If it's in your testicles?
Absolutely no feet prints of any sort whatsoever in that damn room.
Yeah.
There was too much dancing going on in that room. How is there no footprints whatsoever? Shoe prints, boot prints, any prints?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like you can just like clean up yours or her, but if there'd have like it doesn't make sense at all.
You couldn't pick them out and separate them. Even if you had socks on, when your foot gets wet in a pair of socks, it still leaves the imprint of your actual foot through the sock.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no other way that could happen, you guys. How the hell did that work out?
The only thing I can think of is booties over shoes, so you don't leave a footprint, and then maybe some smearing with the cloth or whatever to try to smooth out any marks of your skid marks of your booties. But and again, they did say there was evidence of a cleanup, so maybe somebody did kind of wipe over spots that might have shown. Like what you would be looking for at that point isn't prints. You'd be kind of cover up something that would show the size of your foot. Like you wouldn't want somebody getting, we can tell from this slide that the person's got a size 13 shoe or whatever. You wouldn't want them doing one of that kind of thing. So you might smear things to hide the booty marks. But I mean, I would imagine the right kind of booty would, one, not allow sweat to come through, and would also not leave shoe prints behind. So you would just have at best smear marks. And that's what would have to be the only answer is booties.
It's crazy because it's almost like people levitated over top of the scene. Like it's the only way it looks, but you're right. The only other answer there is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And then if they had booties, you have to imagine, in my opinion, that you maybe sat down and pulled off your booties and put them in a bag or whatever before you left, because again, you're going to be tracking that blood all over the place on your booties unless you got out of the booties in the room that you did the killing and somehow stepped out of the room, not tracking blood out because you got out of your booties and then stepped out into the clean hallway or some shit like that.
Would that be where the person sat down in Xana's room?
That's what they're saying. Like again, that leak. And then they said that, well, that never happened. But the indication that the killer sat down for a minute. Well, did they sit down and take the booties off their feet? Did they kill the people wearing booties and then sat down, removed the bloody booties, put them in a plastic bag or whatever, so that they wouldn't track blood out to their car, and then left the scene from there?
And then Lucy said, or the perp never left the room. What the hell?
Oh.
Whoa.
What just happened?
I don't even know.
I know. How did the perp never left the room?
I'm trying to picture in my head how that could happen.
That's what I was.
Well, I'll tell you my theory. This is a theory people had before. Was that they went out the balcony. They came through they went into the house, but then they exited through the balcony window so that they didn't go back out into the hallway. So if they somehow got out of clothes and over the balcony so that they didn't leave footprints coming out the house. But
that's on the third floor though.
Yeah,
right. That applied mostly to the third floor. Right.
Yeah, not Xana and Ethan.
Right.
And just like critic in my chat just brought up again that Hunter claims he went in and checked the pulse of Xana and didn't leave footprints
Yeah.
either. So
Right.
How
I
does
think
that
that's a
not
total lie.
understanding it?
He went as clear as the closet, Logan, with the knife supposedly. So where the hell are his footprints too? Right.
Mm-hmm.
How about the police officers who walked in without booties to check on people?
Right.
They didn't leave a single footprint and a smear of blood. They didn't step into the room and go, "Oh shit," and leave a footprint behind. Where's that footprint?
Is everything we're seeing in these pictures, and I don't mean to be an asshole about it, but is this real blood on the floor? And you know what I mean? Like, or
it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, what is
Stuff like
going
that
on?
does make you wonder.
It's almost like it was fucking photoshopped in anymore. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you should see evidence of the responding officers.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
The evidence of so much more.
Absolutely.
That's one of the biggest criticisms people had about the officers is where the hell are their gloves? Where the hell are their, like, they're walking all over the crime scene. They should be contaminating the crime scene to fuck. It's one of the complaints. So where is the evidence of the cops tracking blood all over the house, up and down the staircase in their footprints? Because they were walking there without shoes on, without booties on.
After 8 hours, some of that blood did probably dry. I'll say that much, but
not all of it.
Not all of it.
No.
Not even close. So that's wild, damn it. Now I won't sleep again tonight, Logan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love going to bed with these thoughts in my mind. Shit.
Things that make you go, And yet we're assholes. Don't get it twisted. We're all a bunch of assholes sitting around in our mom's basement, thinking this shit through and victim shaming people instead of just accepting that the guy who did it said he's guilty. So why the fuck are we still talking about it and asking questions and coming up with creative ideas from our mom's bedroom? Are you in your mom's bedroom, Logan? I want to know. Are you in your mom's bedroom?
No.
Oh, it was the basement, anyways. By the way, it was the basement.
Yeah.
The basement.
I think Gonzalez said we all sit in the basement of our mom's house making this shit up or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun though.
Yeah.
Yes.
But no.
My mom lives in a condo. Can't do it.
Yeah.
And my mom is no longer on this earth, so I'm definitely not sitting in her basement.
There's got to be a logical explanation as to why we don't see footprints in that room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't think of one.
There isn't. I mean, there's got to be, but I can't.
No.
It doesn't come to the surface. Now, Kaylee and Maddie's room, sure. That I can
understand. Well, you just need to wait until they tell you what to think about it, and that'll be it.
Right.
So they'll tell you how you should believe it happened, and we'll get that from them.
Do you guys also know that there were 5 officers that went into Maddie's room before Payne did? The first 5 officers that went into the house, one of them being Gunderson, even said that he walked to the top of the bed and stood by where Maddie's head would be and still didn't say anything about a knife sheath.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Just like when, who was it? Here, I'll give you the name. I actually wrote it down today. FBI agent Ed Jacobson.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one on the 2020 episode that said, we pulled back the comforter and poof, there was the sheath. Now, we all looked at the damn photographs that we just got.
Yeah.
Right.
Teetering on the side of the bed on the opposite side of where they told us it was.
Yep.
Right.
Anybody?
Right.
And Howard Bloom, I don't think he's saying exactly what it sounds like he's saying, but Howard Bloom on that interview with Megyn Kelly literally said, and what's with the knife sheath? It looks like police placed it there. Did they place it there? That's what he said. It looks like police placed. Howard Bloom said it looks like police placed it there. Now, I think what he's trying to imply is maybe they arranged things to take photos, not implying that they came and planted the knife sheath. But he literally said it looks like the police placed the knife sheath there before taking the photo. So I doubt Howard Bloom's going as far as to say I think the police planted the knife sheath. I'm sure he's believing the knife sheath was there, but maybe they rearranged it for the photo and then took a photo of it. So,
but why are they touching stuff before photos are even taken?
And they clearly did. If you look at the crime scene photos, they were moving shit around, putting it in the bathroom, stacking it up, taking photos then of stuff that they were moving shit all over that crime scene and taking photos of it after they moved shit.
The forensics teams in the document even said the cops had moved everything before they got there because the forensic team had to replace the furniture using the blood stains as a guideline
4 days
to
later.
put the stuff back approximately where it had been, so that they could take the proper pictures.
That's illegal, by the way. So how did they do that?
Right.
Yeah.
And yes, Candy, I know. Officer Payne found the knife sheath because it was at eye level for him.
That's so great.
Oh, that's horrible. Yet it makes me giggle.
We're going to hell. It's okay.
Yeah.
We all know that.
It did make me wonder, though. I hate to say this. I'm not trying to, I don't want this to come across as victim shaming or not victim shaming, body shaming, because it's a legitimate question. I thought there was like a height requirement and stuff for military and stuff like that. So if he's so short, it always makes me wonder, like, how the hell did he get to be Army paratrooper if he's a short little guy? Like, I thought there was like height requirements and stuff like that. So I
thought the same thing. I would imagine that his pack would have been bigger than him.
Yeah. I mean, it's a legitimate question. Like, I'm not trying to shame the guy for being short. I was just like, he seems a little on the short side for a soldier, but I don't know.
Those packs are huge. I was being dead serious when I said that. It looks like it would be bigger than him. They're huge. So when they jump, like, wow.
All right, hold on a second. Now I'm gonna go do some Google foo here. Hold on. Keep talking. Cover me.
Google foo. He's doing it live.
Pumpkin says that small amounts of blood can dry up in 30 to 60 minutes. Larger puddles can take hours to dry up. There was enough time for blood on the floor to dry up after 9 hours is absolutely enough.
Probably in the main run of the room, and it was probably thinned out from the movement of it being spread around. But some of those bigger, thicker puddles.
But
yeah,
how would the perpetrators in there? They're still I can understand like the cops not leaving prints or Hunter not leaving prints.
But when it's fresh,
they get out of the room.
Yeah.
I'm still not understanding. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unless they somehow or another tiptoed around, I don't know how, but around everything.
In some of the areas where it was thicker, though, some of it was still bound to be a little tacky. Payne went in there and he didn't have booties on. Because he went in there, you see him on body camera. I forget whose body camera it was. And he went right on in. He didn't even stop and put booties on. So I'm just using him as an example. I'm not saying that he trudged around in or anything, but you would think that at least a little bit of it will be still a little bit kind of tacky, not quite somewhere in there.
I mean, over
and
by
one
the
of
bed,
their prints.
Yeah, over by the bed and the nightstand, it definitely was still tacky.
Yeah.
So,
and
all right, since we're an education channel, I'm going to tell you, I looked up a little something.
Alrighty.
I was surprised to find the U.S. Army's height requirements for a male is 5 foot flat, and for a female, 4 foot 10 inches.
Oh wow!
So you don't have to be very tall to be a soldier.
Wait, how tall is Payne? Do we know? I mean,
well, I looked it up and I looked it up and I got the answer. There's no publicly available information, which I thought was ridiculous. So it's 5'6". You think?
I thought they said it was 5'6".
I thought he was way shorter than that.
I know he's shorter than somebody told me he was the same height as Rick Allen.
5'2",
5'4",
5'4". Yeah, I thought he was shorter than me for some reason.
I mean, he looks really short in the videos we've seen of him. So,
yeah, compared to other people around him, but.
So yeah, Eric, that comment that you put, yeah, absolutely. They didn't follow any protocol at all. Responding to a scene like that, you wouldn't allow someone leading you around the house.
No.
Holding a knife.
By the way, thank you for Whit James for the donation and becoming a member. Appreciate that very much. It helps support the cause and the fight for truth and transparency, which we have none of in this fucking case.
Oh, right on.
No truth and no transparency. It's
Rollo's right on that statement. He said Snyder pointed out the footprints from the sliding door to the side of the house next door, and then Captain Linear
walked all
right
over them.
him. He did. That's a fact. Yeah, good call, Rillo. 100%.
It was the weirdest. It was the weirdest thing. And the way he walked over it was super weird. It's like the first 2 steps, he went to the side of it, and then he just decided, fuck it, and stepped right on top of him and walked across.
I think it's because he knew the crime scene was crashed already. Right.
Yeah. Maybe for a second he thought, well, I should preserve footprints, and then he's like, oh fuck it, it's already screwed. We're gonna just go on.
Yep. Yeah.
And who in their interview makes a random comment that says, I didn't walk in the grass at all? Molly. Now, why would you say that?
Thank you.
Right.
The same person that makes the comment, you're probably going to have a hard time finding DNA because we did a deep train last weekend.
Got a whole bunch of idiots in this case.
Every time I need to go back and see that again because it makes me laugh every time.
I think when I first heard it, I think we all went, did she just say that? No, she didn't.
When Dylan, talks about Adderall in 8 different languages and then says, I don't know much about Adderall.
Right. Yeah. Now, her favorite comment of all time was, I don't know if that's true or if if my brain just told me that so that I would remember it later. What did you just say? I played that back 6 times. I said, did she really just say that?
And the most disturbing part is the lack of follow-up by the officers. I mean, there was a little bit with Idaho State Police, like, is there something you're not telling us? That they said that in the documents I read. They actually asked Dylan, is there something you're not telling us? Because they were like, wait a minute, what did you just say?
I felt dumb because I was the one that asked for the follow-up and they didn't. Like, I guess we're not supposed to think there's a follow-up to that, maybe?
Right. There's a 1-1 question, right?
Well, this is an easy question. Hunter would have been detained immediately, and then as soon as finding that Bethany and Dylan are apartment mates or whatever lived at this house, all 3 of them should have been it should have been Hunter, Dylan, and Bethany should have been separated and brought back.
That's the other part I was waiting for you to say.
Immediately.
They should have immediately been separated from each other before they started getting asked questions. Before anybody asked them questions, they should have separated them from each other, asked questions, and then talked to each other as the officers about the stories they heard from each of them to see if the stories match up with each other. That's kind of policing 101, and I'm not a fucking police officer. I know that part.
Yep. Those are the first 3 that should have been brought, and then the 4th one is as soon as they found out info about Jack D would have been next. He would have been the 4th. Not just because he's the ex, but because he's the ex and the close proximity that he had.
Yeah.
So and because he showed up on the crime scene during the thing,
and he showed
up on the crime scene, right? So that they would have been all of those things would have made him an immediate
and
see what the hell's going on.
Yeah, right.
And just to say, like, not all the time, but there are many times. Many examples that you can look up of, a perpetrator returning to the scene while police are there. So.
I'm not even.
Shame on you, love another habit.
I'm not even going to read it. I can't read it.
That's so good. That is great.
Elf on the sheet. That'll be a graphic for Amanda to me.
Oh yeah.
There you go, Amanda.
Our graphic specialist is all over that shit right now.
I can't.
Go, Amanda, go.
Wait. the elf on the shelf phenomena was you go around hiding that elf everywhere. Now we have to have a meme with someone going around hiding the knife sheath all over the house at different places, taking photos of all the places.
I already had a visual too. No. Little bald head
running around. My god. Oh no. We are all going to hell for this. It's not good.
Did Jack ever end up saying anything about that 17-minute call?
He said he didn't remember it.
He doesn't remember it.
He didn't recall. And let's talk about the 17-minute call. So yes, Jack said he didn't recall and he doesn't know what happened with that call. And then if I recall, Steve Gonzalez said, we're all a bunch of fucking idiots. We don't read very clearly because that 17-minute call was the night before. It wasn't the night of the murder. So we're all making a big deal out of it, and that we don't read very carefully because the 17-minute call wasn't even that night. Now I want to know, where was that said?
Thank you. That's my question. Because when he said that, I went, what? Since when?
Right. Since when? Like, it's always been a part of the official story, the 17-minute call. But now he's like, we don't read very well because that phone call wasn't even that night.
Or is it the other way around, Steve?
I don't know. That's what I want to know. Does anybody know the answer? Because literally, I'm glad you mentioned it, because the 17-minute call means a lot. If it did happen that night, how do you not remember a 17-minute phone call? If it did happen that night. If it didn't happen that night, how did we all get confused on what night the phone call came in? Or are we really just that bad at reading? Or what? Like,
or let me ask you this other question to add to that. If it actually did happen the night before, what was it about that they were talking about for 17 minutes on FaceTime? And then the next night, this shit goes down. I mean, that's another question.
You still would want to know. You would still want to know. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. Steve has said some stuff that's way out there quite often. So who knows? I might have to go back and look for it and see if I can see if it actually says it was Friday.
I'm looking for it as well. Yeah.
I just don't understand how everybody, explained Kaylee and Maddie as, so popular and everybody loves them and blah, 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 blah. Nobody talks to them at the corner club. Nobody talks to them at the grub truck. Nobody's like, oh, hey, it's none of that ever, anywhere, in anything. So I don't understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd like to know, we mentioned it a few times. You watch that corner club video. I would like to know who Kaylee was texting or talking to. Because she's on her phone the whole time. Yep.
The whole time.
Yeah, I just did. Quick, AI searches can be completely wrong for what it's worth. So let's get that. They can be completely wrong. But here's what they said. Mm-hmm. There is no public evidence of a 17-minute call between Jack and Kaylee. The official statements are that the girl, Kaylee and Maddie, made several calls to Jack DeCoeur between 2:26 and 2:44, and the final call ended at 2:52 a.m. There is no official record of any single continuous 17-minute call between Kaylee and Jack during the murder window. During the murder window, yes. And then they list 4 a.m. to 4:25. That's true. But so again, they can get things wrong. Did we all misunderstand the 17-minute call? That's the $1 million question. Did we all miss the 17-minute call? I don't understand.
I feel like I remember Lana reading it off on like a document that showed the times of everything.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no way that we could all be wrong. Come on.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
everyone of us said it the wrong way. That's not
right. And that's what I'm saying. Because Steve kind of basically shamed all of America about how we're all a bunch of idiots and can't read carefully. And that's proof that we're not reading the documents, and they are apparently, that we didn't read carefully enough to know that wasn't even the same night.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if we could, I wasn't thinking about something else too, off subject a little bit, but I wonder if we could FOIA Molly McMichael's phone for the entire day. From the morning till that night.
Interesting.
I'd really like to see who she spoke to that night.
I'm looking up what Mama J said here just about the 2:26 and see if I can narrow this down somehow at all. Yeah. It's like a question that's starting to burn in my memory. Like,
it went from 2:26 to 2:54.
Let's see. Oh, hold on. No, never mind. I thought I had something.
Yeah, they did say they didn't read the documents. That's a good point.
So according to this, the call started at 2:26 and ended around 2:52 or 2:44, and that the confusion is that the series of calls is sometimes confused as being one long 17-minute call when it's the gap up between the calls. But it's the math doesn't add up on the gap between the calls either. But
that's not what they told us.
No, it was a phone call aside from the back-to-back calls.
Yeah,
I agree. And so the first call was 2:26, the last was 2:52. That's 26 minutes. So there's not a 17-minute gap there. There's a 26.
No, it was next to. It was along with. Yeah. Now they're trying to cover that up too.
Yeah, everything. I mean, again, I think AI works against us as well. And they're like, there's no evidence of any 17-minute continuous call. So where did we all get that idea?
I don't know, but I'll find it.
We all created it all together in separate lives. We all created it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's the Mandela effect. That'll be for another show. We should talk about the Mandela effect.
Oh my gosh.
You know how much into this? Don't say that out loud because they'll try to use it against us.
I know. I'm looking for the chat to see if anybody has, because a lot of times our chat is all over it. I'm waiting for Amanda to pull it out. Amanda seems to have the fucking documents like now by the back of her hand. I'm waiting for her to say, "Oh yeah, here's the actual document, case number, whatever, blah blah blah." On this day where it says she's pretty damn
says
good.
it's on an interview. Jack
Yeah.
D says it in an interview.
Oh yeah,
Jack-
maybe he was asked about.
He was asked
vaguely
about the call?
remember that. I vaguely
Oh yeah,
remember
that's
that.
right. That is
I
right.
think it was in one of his interviews.
All right,
John,
panelist, who Fiji's question for the panelists: who thinks Kaylee was a CI or was the CI? Do you guys have feelings about it?
I don't.
Dago, Robin.
Yeah,
I think she was. That's me personally.
Yeah, I would agree with that. She could very well have been.
I kind of think so as well, but
Yeah, I think it's really, really possible.
yeah.
yeah.
And I think honestly, the more I think through the case, I'm beginning to think Xana and Maddie were the targets, but Kaylee was a CI, and it all kind of happened that way.
Yep.
That's my thought too. I could be wrong, and I'm okay.
Yeah, sure, we all could be wrong. All I'll say is the same thing I've been saying from the beginning. What I can tell you is it didn't happen the way they fucking said it did. It wasn't one guy going in there in 13-9, whatever the fuck minutes it is now. It wasn't that. I can tell you it wasn't that.
And it definitely wasn't Brian
Nope.
Koberger.
No.
I'm beginning to think that's probably
Or when it happened either. That's,
Well, there's that. Yeah.
So what do you guys?
When do you think it happened? I haven't had a chance to hear you. What time do you think it happened?
Who, Logan?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure of an exact time that I think it happened. I think we hear things all throughout the night that sound strange, that could be a lead up or something to do with it, or I don't know. But I do think at 2:27, that scream is horrific. And I think I hear right before 2:27, I thought we were fucking brothers, but I don't know.
I heard that too this
I
morning.
think that's a good time frame. Yep.
It's really interesting too.
Yep.
Those cries are undeniable in that, though. There's definitely a girl crying.
Oh my God.
I always
so
thought
hard.
that blood curdling scream. I always felt it's just a gut. It's not. I always felt that was Xana in reaction to seeing Ethan get attacked, or seeing that he had already been attacked and killed, or something like that. That she saw that, and that was the blood curdling scream, is what she saw happen to Ethan, either right in front of her face or walked in on it and saw it.
Yeah,
And
I always thought that's it.
True crime forensics guy actually isolated that audio and said it was a female screaming, and we all thought it was a male this whole time.
Yep.
I didn't. I never thought. See, it's funny that you say that, because I heard people saying it's clearly a male screaming. I've always thought it was a female screaming.
So did
I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah.
know people were saying it was a male until recently, because I always thought it was a female from the day one.
Yeah, I thought it was a woman
Yeah.
too.
It sounded much deeper to me for some reason. But yeah, he said that was a female scream for sure.
Yeah, I felt it was female, and look, you know, a lot of people in the chat are saying female, male, female, male. Like we don't have a shit. Maybe it's poll time. Let's get out our poll.
Oh,
Poll
boy.
master.
yeah, the poll
Let's do the
master.
part.
The
Start. Yeah.
poll.
All right.
It's
I-
poll time.
I'm going to ask the question. The blood curdling scream. Oh, then I have to learn how to spell curdling. C-U-R-D, curdling. Fuck. Okay. The horrific scream.
I already typed blood curdling. Damn it. Okay.
Okay, you could do that because I can't spell curdling. The horrific scream at 2:27 a.m. Do you think is it male or female? That's what my question is. The horrific scream at 2:27 a.m.
You guys got to tell. You guys got to tell Logan how to add the poll.
Or
Otherwise
female.
her chat won't see the poll.
They won't?
Yeah.
No.
Are you good at polls?
Oh yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put
I'm great with polls. Are you?
male, female,
pretty good at myself. Yeah.
I'm gonna put as answers male, female, or unknown.
Okay, you want to add an unknown? Okay, yeah, that works. That works. Add an option.
People
Unknown.
can't figure it out in my opinion. Just
So what we do, Logan, in case you haven't seen this, is we try to all of us put it on our chat at the same time, and we go 1, 2, 3, and then we fire the chat, and then we just share the results, and we get to about like 100 people. Unknown. All right, so I've got a slightly worded different, but it's the same gist. The horrific scream at 2:27 a.m. Is it male or female? And the options are male, female, or unknown. You got yours ready on your side?
Yep.
Dago, but Logan, you got it on your side? Yeah.
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, fire it off.
Polls in action.
I keep my poll in the drawer. Somebody
good to
put that
know.
in chat, not me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just doing an overshare or something. All right. I've got 40 votes so far. Oh, I just lost some votes. 43 votes.
So far, I'm at 28 votes, 29.
Okay, let's wait until at least one of us hits 100 if we can. But if we don't get to 100,
we're gonna hit 100.
I was gonna say Logan's gonna hit 100 before us.
Poll races, everybody.
I
Poll
have
races.
41.
I got 50. All right, so maybe we're not rocketing up for votes. So let's stop. I guess I got 50. You want to stop here? Or you want to keep going for a little bit?
Give it one more minute. Hold
Let's
on.
give it another little bit more time.
Yeah,
Come on,
let's give
vote
it
on
a
the
minute.
poll. Everybody vote.
Come on, guys.
Got
Touch the poll.
58,
No, that didn't
Oh
sound
yeah,
good.
you have. Oh yeah.
59,
Hit the poll.
I'm at 59.
60.
All right, we got 60. We got 60 over here.
69.
We can stop at 69. I'll stop when we get to 69.
Okay, 69 on the poll.
What do we got? A bunch of 15-year-olds in this room? Are we have like a 15-year-old mentality?
We gotta enjoy
62.
something out of life
That's right.
after all this crazy shit every day.
66. We're almost at 69.
60.
67.
All right.
Come
Who's
on,
gonna
people,
hit-
you can do it.
Who's gonna hit 69 first? Come
Hit
on.
the poll, y'all.
I think we're stalling out. Nobody wants to do 69 tonight.
Are you guys backing away? Don't back away from the poll.
All right. Are we going to call it? Because I can't seem to get over the hump to
Yes.
69. All right, let's
Oh,
do
wait.
it. Call it. Just there's
There we
69.
go. We did it. We did
I literally did just hit 69. Okay.
Come on, you guys.
We've got 65% female, 25% male, 10% unknown.
I got 54% female, 29% male, and 17% unknown.
So
I've got 75% female, 19% male, and 6% unknown.
Oh,
and that's super interesting to me because how many people lately I've heard say it's clearly a male you hear screaming. And by the way, this is why I'm bothered so much by people who say you clearly hear him say.
right.
I don't clearly hear shit. I hear a lot of people saying what they think they hear. I don't clearly hear shit. I clearly heard a female, but you guys clearly heard a male, and
Yeah.
so that's why I say take everything with a grain of salt on what you hear. I can tell you this: I bet you 100% believe that you hear a scream. Now, granted, some people will say I hear kids playing and having fun, tickling each other. There's a
Don't
tickle
even
party going
start
on.
with that.
I hear a car screeching.
no.
I've heard that one too. Yeah. Those are
Yeah.
tires screeching. No, they're not.
No.
Tire screeching. I didn't hear that.
Oh,
I've never heard
the last
that.
one
Never
last
heard
one I
tires
heard
like
is
that.
I heard it was a
Yeah.
cat's mating. That's what I heard. The last one I heard was
Oh
cats
my
mating.
God.
It was a cat that was being
Really?
yeah.
That's some mating.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a new one.
I'd be afraid of that cat if I ran into it.
Stan and Laurel argument. Yes. Good one.
All
Tiggy.
right, guys, we're pretty much at 2 hours. Do you guys have anything as a group you want to talk about, or should we do some closes?
Let's close it on up.
I will say this before we end. It's in my chest, folks. It's in my chest right here.
Not in your testicles?
No.
All right. Well, that's really good to know. Okay, look, so let's go around the horn. We'll give Logan the first shot since she has to pee, and if she has to run quickly, then she can do so. If she wants to hang out, she can. Logan, Dago, 1-1 Robin, then me for close. So Logan, you're up. Any closing thoughts?
Yes, absolutely. I appreciate everybody for being here, even though that you guys were just with me for an hour and something before this stream. So I really appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. You guys are epic in the chat, and you guys in the chat make the show even that much better. So do something nice for yourself. Be kind, but more importantly, be kind to your animals.
And I see an animal in the corner right behind your chair. It looks like a cat right off to the corner, a black cat. Or no, two cats. You got two cats, or is that one cat wagging a tail?
No, that's
that
Bronx's tail.
That's
that's the dog?
Yeah,
that's
that was Bronx's tail.
I see the tail. I see the tail.
Come here, baby. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was getting fooled. There's actually something against the wall that looks like a cat's head, but it wasn't what I was seeing. All I was seeing was the tail.
There's Bronxy.
There we go.
There he is. Oh, yeah, Bubba. Oh, hi, baby.
What's up, buddy?
He's so cute.
He's so excited.
There he is.
All right. Well, all right. That's awesome. Be kind to animals. All right, Diego, what do you got for close?
Again, guys, it's great to be back with you guys. I have missed you all. Thank you all once again for having me. All three of these amazing communities. Thank you all for coming together to hang with us tonight. And again, thank you to these amazing panel members for having me here to enjoy this evening, because it is always enjoyable to be here and great conversation. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and nothing but love to you all. Thank you all for all the well wishes, and thank you to my moderators. Thank you to all the moderators on all three channels. You guys are all amazing, and God bless. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah, get some more rest. You sound like you're still a little bit rough, so you got to get yourself some rested up and get those sinuses cleared. 1-1. What do you got for close?
Thanks everyone for coming. Meatballs, Denizens, Logan's crew, obviously Logan, Dago, Lee, Robin. Great discussion as always. And since you seem to love 80s quotes and sayings, we follow orders or people die.
That's correct. That's correct. And that was just another one that's coming with this. Am I the only one that believes in a goddamn rule anymore, or whatever? I can't remember the guy first, but all right. What do you got, Robin?
Well, thank you once again for each and every one of you for coming out, and thanks to all of you people who are on the replay crew. We appreciate that so much. Last gift I saw of the night was Mama J, so thank you very much for that gift. Thank you to all of you on all the channels. Any gifts that were given tonight, thank you. We all appreciate that very, very much. And looking forward to tomorrow night again, and hope everyone has a wonderful day until then.
All righty. And for me, I will say thank you all for being here. I will, because I've gotten some positive feedback on those fireside chats, I will take some time tonight and pull out some of the chat comments that we didn't get a chance to address that I have personal feelings about. We are working again towards having our panelists be able to answer questions. So if you have something specific for a panelist, never hesitate to say their name, like Dago or Logan or Robin or 1-1, and then the question, and then we'll make an attempt to put together a compilation of them doing their personal responses, kind of like I. So if you like that format and you dig the fireside chat, please support it, because I'm on the bubble of letting it kill our algorithm if nobody watches it. I get a lot of positive comments, but not a lot of views. So I'm on the bubble about whether to keep doing it, but I will do it tonight because I got several people donating. Thank you so much for watching Crimes After Dark. We'll see you again tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and the same bat channel, same bat time, all that good stuff. Talk to you guys later.
Have a great night.
All right.
Bye-bye.